What's up, guys? Welcome to East Ave Garage. My name is Eddie. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm sure some of you guys have been wondering where I've been. Majority of you guys probably haven't. You guys don't care, and that's all right. But for the majority of people who do, I've been, busy working. I've been swamped with work in the garage, and of course, I've been, have to go to my corporate job every day. So it kind of gets, things stacked on top. Of course, I also live on a property that's fairly large, and it can be time consuming to maintain things and keep them how they're supposed to be. But recently I haven't been making much videos on YouTube or even on Instagram to the quality of where I like to publish things here and there. I've been experimenting, but I've been having a lot of work here in the garage, and I'm very happy about that. I appreciate everyone who supports the garage, and I hope you guys appreciate all the hard work I put into your vehicles. But the thing is, sometimes when it's coming to when I was swamped, right, I have to. There's deadlines. I have set, basically expectations that hey, the video's gonna be done by this, blah blah, because the customer needs it at that certain time, and that is perfectly fine. And that's why I haven't really been recording much because I've just kind of been putting my nose to the grindstone, pumping cars out, and basically, when it comes to recording, it will take you know an hour and a half job to make it double because I'm changing composition, I'm doing retakes, things along those lines. So that's why I really haven't been recording much like I've been wanting to. So I'm sorry for anyone who's been expecting videos. Most of you haven't, but I'm also sorry to myself as well for not meeting the goals I want to hit. But enough about myself. I'm hoping to get my wife to help me be camera girl and record a little bit more. That way, it'll be a little bit nicer, smooth. I don't have to be, working here, changing, come over, fix the camera, and come over here, and all this type of stuff. So I'm hoping we can do something along those lines. I don't want to bombard her too with too much of my stuff because she has her own career to focus on and things along those lines. But today we're going to be working on my wife's vehicle. She's been riding her bike to work, so I have a little bit of time to do this oil change, which has been on the laundry list for a long time. So I'm finally going to go ahead and get it done. And today I'm going to show you guys how to properly change your oil and rotate tires and do a multi-point inspection on your 2017 Chevy Sonic. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys. So I'll start with the basics. You have the Jackaroni. If I remember right, this one doesn't have a jack point in the middle. Been super dusty this past couple days. I don't want to get too dirty, you know what I mean? Ugh. Let's double check. It's been a while. Yeah. Oh, does it? It does. Nice. Noise, 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 noise. Noise, noise. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys, when I took the car to the body shop a long time ago, they didn't put the plastic, whatever, protector underneath. A little pan. I went to the body shop a long time ago. She got a little fender bender, and it came back. There's a lot of things missing, let's just say that. And the reason I know is because we bought this car brand spanking new, and I've been the only one to work on it since we bought it, except for them. Because, well, I don't do body work. I'm a mechanic. Of course, get her jacks. Pa que no valo pura verga. We're gonna go ahead, get this car, put it up on the pinch points right here. The pinch points, whatever the hell they're called. Suave. Put it right here first. Suavemente, bésame, oinkity oinkity oink oink. All right. Now that we have the car up, let's pop the hood, shall we? canijo. Super dirty up in here. What do you think, Luffy? Pretty rough? What are you doing? What are you doing? Gotta turn the compressor back on. Cause I'm gonna need it. Yeah. Alright guys, so the basics you're gonna need for this oil change, right? Oil drain pan, jack of course, jack stands, a ratchet, some type of socket or wrench that fits the drain bolts, and for these Sonics, you're gonna need this 32 millimeter. That's gonna be for the oil filter, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this oil pan down there. Can't tell, but it's down there somewhere to the green. And pop this bad boy off. Pop. Dipstick. Take the cap off. Put it right here. This is where I usually put it, just that way, you know, you can't really close the hood without removing that, so you don't forget that. Something I learned over there in the dealership. So everything looks más o menos. I did notice there's a little bit low on coolant, but when I did the water pump not too long ago, I just filled it up to like right here and then ran it without what's the word? Adding more coolant to it. Looks like we are good to it as well with the windshield wiper fluid. Looks like the car has developed a valve cover leak right here, which is actually super common for these cars. But I'm gonna definitely get that taken care of here soon after I do the timing belt, which I have there, and I'm not gonna make another video about that. So anyways, let's go ahead and get underneath the vehicle so that way you guys can see what we got to do down there. So basically, I took this off and this off so we can have better flow when we crack the drain plug. But before we go under there, right, we want to do the same thing with the oil filter, which is located right here. You guys will see it, but it's right here. Here, let me take you off the mount skis. But it's right there. That's the bad boy right there in the middle. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the 32 milli. Oh, it's actually not even a 32. I think it's a 20 something else. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. What is it? 27 has to be. Yeah, that one looks like it gets quite a bit of use. Oh, it's a 24. Holy cow. I don't even remember anymore. I guess they all get used at some point. But I don't even remember using too much of other one, but you can see the markings that I did at some point. There we go, it's a 24. So we're gonna crack it loose. Right, to be honest, we're gonna have better airflow. All the oil flows out when we drop the drain bolts, but make sure to put your drain pan underneath it and kind of just barely pull it out because there will be a little bit of leak. All right, I'll drop a couple drops in there. So it's loose, I have it off. We're gonna go down there and remove the drain plug. Super easy peasy lemon squeezy. I love working on this car. Let's take you off here so you can see what's going on. That's if I can get you guys set up somewhere here suave. Somewhere suave. Besame. Sheesh, there we go. I think you guys can see. Okay, so the drain bolt's right here. I think it's a 15 if I remember right, but yeah, it's a 15. Not everyone's a 15. Some cars are different. I remember I work on some Sonics that are 13s. give it a little. And push against the drain bolts, and then once you feel it's completely loose, boom. Look at that. No mess. We should have a nice, clear little dribble. Let's see if you guys can see. There we go. Car has an oil leak. For sure. Probably gotta take care of that soon. Gotta do the transmission service on this too, because it's already hit the mileage. Alright. Now once the oil's completely drained out, there's a little dribble. It's up to you if you wanna wait to let every little droplet come out, but at that point, yeah, it's ready to cover back up. Make sure you don't forget your washer, a little pinchy, whatever that thing's called, little seal. Oh yeah, I'm breaking everything, man. Okay. Should be down to something right there. It says something Newton meters, but I'm gonna use my internal torque gauge. Just the oil drain bolt, nice and snug, is all you need. Ay, voy otra vez. It's small under here. You can't see nada. Okay, now you're done with that. You know, if you got some brake cleaner, use some brake cleaner. Make sure everything's nice and clean, sort of. Don't leave no maranadas. You know, burrito was here. El burrón. And when you take off that filter up top, like I said, it's going to dribble some oil. And you can see where it kind of felt on the exhaust manifold. So when we're done up there putting the filter on, we're going to spray a shitload of brake cleaner to get it off that. That way it doesn't burn any oil. So I went and got a little cheapy oil filter and oil. Usually we do this like at 25% of oil life. That's how these cars do it. But we kind of didn't do it on time. We got like at 10%, almost 5. I think she's almost toast, like a Castool. But I just went and got some, you know, generic synthetic oil from O'Reilly's. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the old little O-ring, grab the filter, toss it in the trash, and then we can come back over here to put on the new one. We'll probably do the oil change at 50% this go around. That way the carrito can be nice and happy. And see, you gotta just kind of watch orientation. You can't put it this way. So it's pretty simple, straightforward. Get the click in, perfect. After that, we're gonna go by hand, put it in back into its location, insertion, complete. Turn it by hand. Once it starts getting tough by hand, then you want to go ahead and grab your 24, right? 24 skis, yeah, 24 millimeter. And make sure your ratchet's always on, never off. Just kidding. And then just tighten her away. And when you tighten these, again, it's plastic, so you don't need to go fucking crazy. It's, you know, it's nothing too nuts. Just give it until it's nice and snug on there. Boom. And that's it. Who's riding a dirt bike? 2-stroke skis? Damn, I didn't get to see them. I think it's a little quad I've been seeing right around recently. Going crazy, he said. Okay, so now let's add the oil. Super easy. You're gonna grab yourself a Funelski's. That's the equipment. Get it nice and clean. Right, so when you put the new fluid in, it's not contaminated. And we insert. You know what? Oh, I think the other one is better. If I remember, if it's gonna fucking. It's like to spill a lot. There's like a cool little one where you can go ahead and what's the word I'm looking for here? Yeah, I think these guys gave me fucking conventional. It's all right. I'm gonna do the oil change here soon. It be what it be. Aceite, Patna. Fire W30 and then send her home. Let's see what happens. And a tip for you guys: always try to oh, see what I mean? There it goes. It's spilled out. Great. It has like little, I think, I don't know what they call them. They're like little protectors in there, and sometimes it won't allow the flow to go. So you got to do it nice and slowly. This car takes 4.5, if I remember right. So I'll catch up with you guys when this is done. And that's about where we need to be. Cool. Now, once we got it to our estimated correct amount, we will put our cap back on. Put this back in there. I'm gonna go ahead and now start this bad boy up for 10 seconds or so. And while we're here, how do I do this? Oh yeah, over here. It's at 5%. So we're gonna go ahead and restart the oil life from 5% to 100%. And I think she told me one of her tires is not reading. Her looks like 3 of them aren't. So probably gonna have some bad wheel sensors right now. So when we do the tire rotation, I'll relearn them and we'll figure out which ones are the bad ones. So after you start out for like 10 seconds, right, is when that's when you go ahead and check your oil level. Don't just add fluid in there and then check your oil level, because it needs to circulate through the whole engine, get primed in the oil filter and all that stuff, and then you'll have an accurate reading. Do that every time. You know, if the car's been sitting for a long time, you know what I mean, over day or overnight or whatever, and you're trying to check the oil to get an actual accurate reading, you need to turn it on for at least 10 seconds. Cool. It's actually pretty goldeny. I'll be honest. So we'll just do it again at the 50% mark and then make sure to put the right oil in there. We do it at every 25. So cool. So it looks like we are where we need to be. Just to double check it. This car needs to be in between this crosshatch and that crosshatch. You know what I mean? So every other manufacturer has their own ways to check it. Yep. Pretty good. Right in between. Right on the money. Okay, cool. So now that we do that, let's get it and move on to the tire rotation. I'm gonna have to probably jack the car up just a little bit more. A little bit more. Go put this over here so I can put it in a bottle for later. Pa la madera, pa los postes. All right. Let's go ahead and get this over and up in the air, shall we? We don't need to have that much in the air just so we can get the tires off. And these are 19 millis. Now, to do the tire rotation, right, majority of you guys, what you want to do is loosen the lug nuts before you put it up in the air. That way, you guys can loosen them up, right, and they're not going to be spinning. If you have an impact, then that's kind of what you want to go with. Let's have a 19 in here, 18, 21, 21, 21. 21. 21. I don't think I have the 19 out here. Let me grab the 19. Yeah. Yeah, we got our Amazon things. She was scared of the dog. She's like, do they? But I was like, no, they don't. It just looks like they will. Damn turds. All right. So let's go ahead and get these bad boys knocked off. We're gonna go ahead and rotate front to rear. If we have the same size tires all around, front to rear is what you want to do. So now, this bad boy off. Check out the brakes. He has good brakes. I think I did the brakes on this already. Yeah, the brakes on it a while back. I want to spin that because I have another tire on there, but they're good. Everything looks suave in here. To be honest, looks like he might need some new shocks. These are leaky little boys. A little bit of seepage, so probably time for some new shocks. Time for new tire on ends. They're looking a little musty like that. Sway bar link, probably the same thing. Sway bar links look fine. CV axle looks good. I guess we can take a look. CV axle looks suave. You can kind of see the seeping right there a little bit on the shock. The boots right there. The boot right there looks a little deteriorated. No slop though, so that's good. That's good. Can you look it out a little bit more? Tires obviously are good because they're brand spanking new piece. Put it on here. Now she has drums in the back, so you have to open up a little window back here to kind of check them, but I'm sure they're fine. Shocks look okay. So let's get this back over here. So I inspected everything already. Everything looks very good. The front shock's probably the same thing as the other ones. I'm putting them in I usually just tighten one, and the rest of them just kind of like muscle minnows, half tight, like tight, like that. That way, this one right here is like holding the tire in. It's not all loosey goosey, hanging on threads. And then all I got to do is zip it away. Now we're gonna torque these. So I'm just tightening it. See muscle minnows, just zipping them away. Star pattern, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we spread the force evenly across the hubs or whatever. The tires, the rims. Perfect. All right, let's get this bad boy down. Perfect. We're back. Damn. Now these are torqued down to 110 foot-pounds. 110. I'll grab it here. Torque down to 110. And then we go to each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. That is where we need to be. And remember, always put your torque wrench back at the lowest, close to the lowest setting. That way it doesn't crap out on you, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing you probably are going to probably especially need if you do rotate the tires is you're going to want the relearn tool. So, super cheap, you can buy these. If you have a car, and you like this type of car, a GM product, that's like pre-2020, I'm pretty sure the newer ones do the same thing, but just invest into one of these. They're to be honest, they're pretty worth it, and they're like super cheap. I think like 20 bucks. And when you do your services and stuff like that, you can relearn your tires. I think the battery might be toast on this. Let's see. Chingo. Yeah, this battery's toast. Weak. Weak. Oh, maybe that's the good battery. That's why. Doy. There we go. Yeah, that battery was toast. This is the good one. Okay, cool. So, when you use this bad boy, you're gonna have to grab your car, turn it into the auxiliary mode, and then we're gonna go to, so you guys can see, should be tire relearn somewhere, right there. You're gonna press enter. Your car's gonna honk it up, and we're gonna go to each tire sensor and place it, and then press the button. And we should get a honk if the sensor's good, which I'm having a feeling that this one's toast. Give it a kick. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's good. So I'm gonna go to the next one. This one looks to be toast as well. It showed 3 of them were not working, which is kind of odd, but it is what it is. I'll have to probably get her a set. Damn. They are toast. Should relearn. You should hear a beep. One of these got to beep. So I think one of them, there you go, that one works. So looks like at this point we need 3 new tire sensors. Once you do the complete, you start always on the left side, it's gonna have, since it's gonna always turn on the indicator which one you need to do. So you can see the indicator's on this one. It was originally on here, right? And you go on so on and so on all the way around. Once you get to the driver rear, it's gonna go beep, 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 and then your car should have its tire relearned. In this case, looks like we're gonna have to buy some new tire sensors for her car. That way we can have them relearned correctly. So for right now, Pobrecita, she's gonna have the TPMS light on. It is what it is. So now, once we're done with that, last but not least, let's go ahead and make sure we get air in the tires. Now these, I've been working on this car for my entire life. I already have it memorized, but it takes 38 pounds all the way around. Where did it go? Where did my... There's one hanging on there, I know, but that one's no bueno skis. I should have... Yeah, the good one has to be there too. Oh, duh. They're both hanging on there. Weird. And usually, the tire sensors will tell you what it is. So we're just gonna kind of go from here. So 38. Cool. So it looks like we gotta put on the list is get us the tire sensors for this bad boy. But that is really it, guys. I think we're done. Now, before we put everything up, right, let's go ahead and top off the fluids. Make sure everything is suave. Suavemente. Quiero something your labios. Bésame. And always do it sideways. Look, look. No funnel. Chingo, mira. Don't do it the other way where people think it is. I do it sideways. My dad taught me that. I think some guys will tell you to do it this way, which is, I think, the correct way. But sideways, for me, is easier because you don't have to be all the way up here, right? Just look nice and close. You know, boom. So there we are. That should be topped off. Didn't need much. All right, we got a good amount of brake fluid. And remember, guys, every time I do a service, this is the same service you guys get. You bring me your car for an oil change or whatever. There we go. It is right there. So cool, cool. The same service. You get the same service. I'm gonna leave the air box alone because we did that not too long ago. Next oil change, it's time for a new air filter. But usually I'll check those. That way you guys can, see that type of stuff. And usually I'll give a dust off if you need to and go from there. But it looks like we are done, Patna. All right, guys. Well, we are done. We did the oil change. We did the tire rotation. We aired up the tires. We did a multi-point inspection, checked the fluids, topped off whatever we needed to be topped off. To be honest, it was a fairly quick job. That's why I kind of decided to make this video. Like I said, if it wasn't for recording, I'd probably be under 30 minutes. It took me probably 40 minutes max to do all this together. But yeah, just a quick video to show you guys how how I do my oil changes here at East Ave Garage. Remember, if you bring your vehicle to me, this is the same type of service you'll be getting every time. Now, mainly I do these kind of how-to videos or whatever, just a vlog style how-to. It's just to kind of encourage people to do things at home as well. That's kind of the main purpose of my channel, to kind of show you guys like, hey, if I can do it, you guys can do it. And to be honest, I think it's very important for young men to definitely try to strive to do things like this, right? I think it's something that kind of has been disappearing as generations have been going on, right? Kind of working on your own stuff, things like that. And it's perfectly fine, right? If you have the money, and you need to put your time, elsewhere that's more important. Definitely, I think it's worth it to come bring it to a reputable shop or anything along those lines to go ahead and do those type of service for you. That way, you have peace of mind. It's been done correctly, it's done fast for you. That way, you can do other things and don't have to be, taking 30 minutes to an hour of your time to do this, at home. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys like this video. I'll definitely be trying to do more stuff here soon. My next videos are, hopefully, my next things I want to come out is kind of do some work on my F100. That's what I'm going to be getting to work on right now. I probably won't record majority of that stuff just for the fact that I need to, kind of get down like James Brown. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching East Ave Garage. Once again, my name is Eddie, and you guys have a good day. And remember, smoke some crack. Hit the pookie. Just kidding.